What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Red Weekly. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so your subscription would definitely mean a lot to me. Now, free agency day 2, it's pretty wild, but I'm going to also be mentioning some things that happened yesterday as well. So I know the video looks a little bit different. I'm standing up. The camera that I was using on my computer before is being kind of glitchy. I already tried to record this video and like I said, it got glitchy. So I'm trying with my actual camera, and I'm standing up. So we're gonna see how this video goes. But Lakers and Bulls, they seem to be doing free agency right so far. Let's start off with the Lakers. They got Kendrick Nunn for 2 years, $10 million. Kendrick Nunn's easily at least a $10 million year guy. He ended up turning down offers from, I think, the Knicks and some other teams just to sign with the Lakers. Obviously, a bunch of these guys are looking for a ring. The Lakers brought back Talen Horton-Tucker for 3 years, $32 million. They ended up signing yesterday. I didn't see that they signed Melo, but I guess it happened yesterday, and I don't know how I missed that. But Melo's back on a 1-year deal. They brought in Kent Bazemore today on a 1-year deal, so this Lakers team's looking really good. They ended up trading for Russell Westbrook, and with the additions of also Trevor Ariza and guys like that, this team's going to be really good. Dwight Howard's going to be a lob threat too. He's coming back to the Lakers. This team is shaping up to be really good. It's going to be one of the older teams in the league, but this is a championship team. At the moment, just because Carmelo Anthony's on this team is probably going to be why I end up rooting for the Lakers. Just so he gets a ring. I'd like to see Melo with a ring. But Lakers are doing, all they can. They saw all the flaws that they had the previous couple of years, and they're starting to turn it around. Again, these guys are old, but these guys understand that when the going gets tough and as it gets deeper into the playoffs, some of these guys probably aren't going to play, but they're going to be okay with that because they understand their role and they know what they got to do. These guys have been around the league. They're not going to overstep, who they are and, why they're coming to the Lakers and all that. Transitioning to the Chicago Bulls, the Bulls they're in a weird spot because they were so bad. All these moves just make them better, and they're in the good category, but they got DeMar DeRozan for 3 years, $85 million. That's great. I mean, to sign someone, DeMar DeRozan, that's a lot of money though. About $28 million a year for DeMar DeRozan. Chris Paul just signed a deal for 4 years, $120 million. So if he's getting paid $30 million, why the hell not? Why not just sign DeMar to basically $28 million a year? But with guys like that, and they signed Lonzo and Caruso yesterday, so these are two guys. I know DeMar DeRozan hasn't been, great defensively, and obviously he fits right at home with the Bulls in that case. But this team's going to be really good. I suspect that they're probably going to be around that, they're definitely going to be in the 6 to 8 seed. They're just too good. They're obviously not going to be better than teams like Brooklyn and Milwaukee, definitely. But, depending on, what, Philly does especially. Philly still has Ben Simmons. They could let him go. Trade him, obviously, and get some other assets. Philly also released, who else? Rodney Hood, I think. I think Milwaukee actually picked him up. If I'm not mistaken. I could totally be thinking of somebody else at the moment though. But the Bulls are gonna definitely make it interesting. I know Bulls fans are definitely happy. I'm kind of happy for the Bulls with these signings. I think those three paired with Zach LaVine, this team's at the very least gonna have a solid starting five. I don't really know how their bench is gonna do, but hey, going up, right? When you're that bad, there's nowhere to go but up. Miami's a little bit underrated. Now, they haven't made too many moves yet. They brought back Duncan Robinson, and they brought in PJ Tucker, which that's kind of surprising to me. Personally for me, again, I'm not an NBA player. I'm not making millions of dollars a year, so I don't really know. But, I just won a championship in Milwaukee. If if I'm confident my front office can make some solid moves and get some other players, just make sure everything's fresh and ready to go. Hell, I'd be down to run it back another year. I think they definitely could. They'd definitely be competitive. I mean, you're still looking at a top 3 team for Milwaukee, and I could barely even name another team that I thought would probably be better. I know that there are some teams that are going to be better than they were last year. Like Atlanta's, I think, is going to be a team that, even though they started off the second half of the year after the All-Star break pretty hot, they started the start of the season not that great. But I think they'll be a lot better this upcoming season. But I'm not going to get too much into that. But again, back to Miami. PJ Tucker, 2 years, $15 million. They brought in Kyle Lowry. Just those 2 additions alone definitely help, bring Miami back. Jimmy Butler signed an extension, I think, or he's going to, one or the other. I don't totally remember. I know I was reading about it just before recording, but obviously Jimmy Butler's going to want to stay because he went to Miami in the first place. So Miami's going to be a little bit better. I still think that they're probably going to need like one more offensive player. That could have been DeMar DeRozan. Obviously, I don't know what their cap space was looking like, if they could have even paid DeMar DeRozan $85 million. But that would have been a pretty good signing, and that might have not pushed them into contender mode, but that would have, they would have been treading the line there. Just in other news, obviously Steph Curry signed his extension with the Warriors, 4 years, $215 million. I mean, if a guy deserves it, it's going to be Steph Curry. If there's anybody who deserves it, it's Steph Curry. So if he's 33 years old, so he's going to be getting paid, like 55-60 million dollars a year. Almost $60 million a year. That's pretty wild for the next 4 years. So, even when he's 36, obviously his shooting ability is not going to go anywhere. So, obviously the Warriors were going to do whatever because obviously they love Steph Curry, and Steph Curry just means the world to the Warriors. So, Brooklyn brought in Patty Mills for 2 years, $12 million. Now that's a super underrated move. I think they ended up losing Spencer Dinwiddie. He went to Washington on a deal, on like a 2 or 3 year deal, I think. So they obviously needed a backup point guard, and Patty Mills is fantastic. That's honestly, that might have been better than, I don't want to say better than Spencer Dinwiddie as a player, but I think that's just going to be better fit. Patty Mills is obviously a great shooter, and he's used to playing the backup role anyway. He's going to be playing behind Kyrie Irving. Brooklyn's gonna be dangerous. That move alone, they re-signed Blake Griffin to another contract. I don't really remember what it was, but I'll check it after. But Brooklyn's gonna be there as well. They're still gonna be a top team. They haven't gone anywhere. Andre Drummond, he went to Philly on a 1 year deal. I don't get that signing. They definitely need to get Ben Simmons out of there because he and Andre Drummond are just not going to work in any kind of scenario. So I don't know why Andre Drummond went there. He's not even that old. He's only like 28 years old. He's already signing 1 year deals to go to I just think he's too young to be signing 1 year deals with great teams. And you can argue with me, but he's also just too good. I know his skill set's just extremely limited. He can't shoot. He can't do anything outside of 3 feet from the basket. But I don't know. I guess I'm just Andre Drummond kind of just frustrates me. He had that post on he had that comment on Instagram, obviously like a month or two ago, where he said that he could be just as good as Ayton or Gobert if he had the opportunity. Like, he didn't have the opportunity in Detroit and just didn't ever do anything. I know he got a couple All-Star appearances there, but nothing really super major. So I don't know. That's just such a weird signing. I don't know why Philly would even do that. Trae Young signed his rookie. What is this? A rookie max, 5 year, $207 million. So he's making $40 million a year. All I'm saying is, I'll play for $1 million a year, and I think that's a pretty good bargain. So, obviously Trae Young was gonna get that contract. He's played out of his mind, and I think Atlanta, like I was saying before, I think Atlanta's gonna be a lot better than they were this past season. I think they'll just play more consistently, and they'll have a game, their game plan figured out by the time they get to the playoffs, and even way before that, as long as they're healthy. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I know I said that at the beginning, but you never know. Please subscribe, share the video, leave a like on the video. Let me know what you think of these signings. These signings are pretty big. I'm already ready for this next NBA season to come around, and it's just the day 2 of free agency. So I'm sure there's gonna be plenty more stuff tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow probably.